10 seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
There I am. Hi there. Good morning. Welcome to the Monday, June 21st, 2021 edition. Nevermind the Furthermore. I'm your host, Brian K. Morris. Good morning to all of you. Hope you had a splendid, if somewhat warm weekend here in the Midwest. The heat wave went through, and it was a tad toasty up here. But anyway, hope your day is looking good. Better straighten out my tie. Close enough. Anyway. Anyway, thank you for being here this morning. Hope your day is starting off well. Hope you're looking forward to a good work week. And I know I am. Well, it's going to be a little cooler in Indiana today, so enjoy that while it lasts. Anyway, folks, as always, thank you to everyone who's watching us, whether it's live or on the rerun. Hello to our new Twitch viewers. Hope you are enjoying the show here. And the way this works, Twitch viewers, is you type in a comment, and chances are I will read it on the air, and we will have a conversation as you type and I talk. And Lord knows I can talk. Anyway, folks, talking about I can talk, but somebody who can draw is Jeffrey Hayes. And this episode is sponsored by Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Take a look at what Jeffrey Hayes can do for you. That's right, folks. Do you want your stuff to sell? Do you need a wraparound cover for your book that's going to attract readers? Do you need a cover for your comic book? Do you need graphics to help sell your product? Or do you just need one of those snazzy, jazzy trailers like you just saw there? Well, this is the company that has done my trailers, so check it out. We'll be running some at the end of the show. But anyway, here's the word. Jeffrey Hayes is the A word, affordable. He does top-notch professional work on an independent publisher's budget. So please write to Jeffrey at plasmafiregraphics.com. Also check out his Facebook group. He's a great talent and a super guy. So check out this site, Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. And also, this show is powered by the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please take a screenshot of this. We've got a couple more shows coming up. Very soon. We have yet to put them on the schedule, but we've got some great shows, conversation, and information. As mostly, though, it's entertainment. We've got stuff coming up tomorrow night. We'll see after our friend Christian Basil pops onto the Hanging with Web Show Network for the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We will be on tomorrow night with author, publisher John L. Davis IV. He's a horror writer out of the Midwest, and if you're into horror and if you're into you want to get a different perspective on self-publishing and writing, this is the guy for you. He and I reconnected at a Hannibal, Missouri show recently, and I think you're going to dig him. Anyway, stay tuned to this network. Also, we have a Facebook page. Please give that a like and follow what we do on there, because what we do is awesome. Anyway, please check it out. The Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Also, thank you to our Patreon patrons. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly with a modest monthly stipend. But the thing is, we don't just take your money and go, ha, 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 it's ours. We give you stuff for it. My patrons have gotten to see early chapters of one of my future book releases, as well as download copies of some of my books, including my latest one, Snow Ambition, fourth in the Snow Short series by Bobby Nash. I've written a story about Abraham Snow and a plan he dares not ignore. Otherwise, it can be the lives of his family. Anyway, Snow Ambition is out now. It's 99 cents on Amazon. Please check it out. I'm very proud of it. And I'm proud of my patrons, too. If you want to see what I offer for even just $1 a month, which is a mention on all of our shows and access to our exclusive blog, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And see the glories within. Anyway, we've got the comments piling up. I will never finish them now. Anyway, let's see who else here, shall we, this morning. First in the gate is Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockard of the Historical Fencing Guild. Please check that show out on Friday nights. That's a part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Always entertaining, always fun. Good morning, Nevermorians. As we enter the week, the mighty Manatee Man, master of marketing, does so without power. Will NIPSCO restore it? Stay tuned, fearless viewers. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know. You know, Nick, I lived in a neighborhood in Champaign that it behooved me to put my power company on my speed dial. And I will say we have Duke Electric here in town. I'm pretty happy with those guys. Those, you know, when we have an outage, boy, they are out and working. They don't mess around out here. So I hope Earl Park gets its power back soon. Otherwise, you can bop into town and hang out at the library in Fowler, right? Anyway, from the desk of the Small Press Publisher, Saturdays, 10 p.m. Always a great interview. I haven't watched it all yet, but loved watching your show on Saturday night with Henri Compant and his partner Kevin, and all kinds of cool stuff on there. You know, and the thing is, Joe D. McPhee has got a lot of stuff going on. Check out his Amazonia, by the way, on Comixology.com. It looks really, really cool. And speaking of really, really cool, there's my buddy Joe Dog McKeel. Morning. Yeah, morning. All it never fails. I start a new writing project, and they've hidden all the sharp objects again. Is that for your protection or theirs? Yeah, I've got a similar thing going on here, Joe Dog. And it was good seeing you last night on the StreamYard weekly broadcast. And that's the thing. If you are a broadcaster and you aren't watching the weekly StreamYard broadcast on the StreamYard channel on YouTube, you're really missing out. We've got some stuff coming up down the pike that is going to be really exciting, and it's actually going to make things a little easier for us, I think. Such as assigning roles to your guests so that they can have a little bit of control over the show as well. And just all kinds of cool things going on. I'm really looking forward to that. Joe Dog McKeel continues, says, I have a plan. It's a good plan. Seriously. I just need 2 bobby pins, a roll of duct tape, some chewing gum, and $1 million. There we go. Well, check out Joe Dog McIver there as he hatches his latest plan. Also, check out Joe Dog every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. for Stupid O'Clock, which is probably one of the most intelligent talk shows on the internet. It really is. And speaking of intelligent, there's Carl Witzman. Good morning, Evermore. Early mornings. Yeah, that's how I feel, too. I slept in a little till like just before 9, and I am like... I feel like when all the other 32 cars have left the starting line, I'm still trying to find the ignition. Anyway, good morning to you, Carl. Hope you had a great weekend, sir. And good morning to Teresa Dunn. Good morning, Brian. And Furthermorians here. So a great work week. Mwah. May yours be productive as well. And just to let you know, folks, her husband, Albert, is out of the hospital and taking physical therapy and getting back into his dialysis again. So he's now Teresa's big job now is to fatten the boy up so he can look more studly like myself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And back in the cereal box Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern. Hey there, friends and foes, jumping in early to say happy Monday. Happy Monday to you, John B. Pike at johnpica.com. Check out what this guy does. And also John Pica's new book is Nightreich from Seven Star Press. Please check it out on Amazon. And the Skunk Rocker, my morning is complete, brother. Good morning to you. Good morning, Nevermorian from the Skunk Rocker. Today's weird random factoid is brought to you by Stupid O'Clock because the Channel 4 show 8 out of 10 Cats will not send me a check, so I'm not advertising for them anymore. I agree. Screw them. Screw them hard. Dry and sideways. Anyway, since his first appearance in 1991, the Dopefish, an enemy from the game Commander Keen, has become a PC gaming in-joke, being featured as an Easter egg in a ton of games ever since. The list of games include every Quake game, Max Payne, Anachronox, Hitman, and even as recently as Doom Eternal, which came out last year. The Dopefish is described as the second stupidest animal in the world, or in the galaxy, didn't mean to shortchange him, whose thought patterns are swim, swim, hungry. It would be the first, Leroy Jenkins. That's my boy there. Good morning to Ted Davis Artistry. Good morning, dear brother. Hope you're having a good morning, sir, and we'll get that thing finished for you later today. And Carleen, hello all. Mwah, Carly, hope your morning's starting off well. Good to see you as always. And hello, everyone. Now let's listen to phone sex. I mean, phone professional Amy. That's right, the dulcet tones of Amy Hale, who, by the way, check out authoramyhale.com. In her day job as author. And also, she has a great show on Thursday nights on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. It's Creative as Hale that she does with her amazing husband, John, and a splendid happy post-anniversary to Amy and John Hale. Nicholas Tucker says, so Hybrids RPG fans have been contacting Luke about a second chance on Kickstarter. What do you guys think? Oh, well, could you go into more detail? Are they... Well, I can see their point. I'll get to that in a moment. But does Luke need more money? Does he want to maybe further, get to, if he isn't already, get to the point where he's getting funds now, but that will go towards his next project, paying him, in advance for issue 8. That's what I want to know. But it's not a horrible idea even to ask for a modest amount, maybe less than $1,000. Because there are people that will not leave Kickstarter, just as there are people who will not leave Indiegogo. And I would do, myself, maybe a short 2-week campaign. Maybe I wouldn't do a campaign. I would be hesitant to do a campaign for under, like say something like this, especially with his track record. I wouldn't do it for less than $1,000. Because I've seen some people, I need $200 to fund my comic book. And the usual sentiment I see online is, well, then why doesn't he just cut him a check? Most people can't afford a couple $100. If you've got a credit card, put it on there and use the profits from the overage that you print to pay for your credit card. Although I wouldn't go the Robert Townsend route with the credit card, and fund the whole thing, because unsecured debt is a horrible thing sometimes when not managed properly. But anyway, yeah. And when something I learned over the weekend, it's just a little something this maybe you all can use. I've been trying to get more reservations for shows that I'm doing throughout the year, and I'm almost caught up actually. But Saturday night I was having trouble making a couple reservations because they were declining my credit card. And believe me, right now my credit card has a lot of room on it because Cookie's been very good about paying it down. And I've been very good about not putting anything on it. Well, we called one of the venues. They said, well, your payment didn't go through. Could you please call us? So I did. And the really wonderful lady there told me that right now with the COVID restrictions lightening up or even vanishing in some areas, that more people are traveling and doing things they couldn't do in 2020. And so the credit card companies' algorithms are flagging a lot of these, they see your income, your credit card use is like this, and all of a sudden your credit card goes like that. And suddenly they see it as maybe your credit card got stolen, so they kind of cut you off. And so I talked to her, and she ran it through, and it went through absolutely wonderfully. I'm like, okay, fine. So be aware that if you have problems with your credit card, contact the venue and see if they just can't run it a second time while you're waiting, because that should take care of the problem for you. Anyway, That's today's helpful life hack from the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Go about your day, citizen, and be happy. Damn it. Anyway, Grant Lankard's here. Good morning, Grant. How you doing? Good morning, all. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Mine was weird. Saturday, I did backer shots and drank an entire bottle of liquor. Sunday, I couldn't find Mooney, his cat, and had a panic attack. Grant, were you Hitler in a previous life or something? Because, the greatest Chinese curse is may you live in interesting times. I have to say, I don't know that I would ever go on backer shots. Mostly because I don't drink recreationally anymore. I just drink for fun. Or I don't drink to get drunk. Let's put it that way. I, might have 1 or 2 drinks late at night, and boy, it helps you sleep. It's better than Sominex, while it's killing your liver. But no, I don't know that I could do that show. I'll tell you one show I do love, and maybe I'm missing it or it hasn't been on, but Pitches Be Crazy on Indie Volt. I love that show. That was great. And Amy Hale, good morning, everyone. Mwah, good morning to you, Amy. Hope you are doing well. Hope your weekend went well. Love you, hon. And William Quinton, good morning, Brian. Good morning to you, sir. Hope you are doing well. Ted Davies Artistry says TED Talks Tuesday at 10 a.m. with creator Ken Linyar. See you there and check out the fantastic creative. And I'd say 2 of them there, sir. It's going to be a great show. Ted does a great interview show, a lot more laid back than mine tend to be. Anyway, and also speaking of interview shows, tomorrow night on Clever Tile Penny at 8 p.m., we're going to have John L. Davis IV, a Midwest horror writer that I mentioned earlier. We hope you'll tune into that because he's a really, really fun guy and he's got a lot to say. And you've got some learning to do. And this might be the guy that gives you the thing that gets you a leg up in your career. And Kathy Jackson is here. Mwah, my darling, how are you? Hello and good morning, Nevermorians. Have a fantabulous day. Only if you do first. Love you and Matt and the family. Hope you all are doing well. Can't wait to see you soon, hon. I really mean that. Pops Van Zandt, hey, yo, Crom Con 15 this weekend. Check out that Facebook page and bookmark that and make sure that you are there for the wonder, the glory that is CromCon. Pops, glad to see you here. And also, I sent you a little goodie. Oh my, William, you shouldn't have. Anyway, no, thank you. Thank you. It's very generous of you. I appreciate that. And also, don't forget 47 Furious Tales. A really, really terrific recreation of the legend of the 47 Ronin in an anthropomorphic form. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Check out what William does there. And Carl Westman says, I want to say that drunk Grant looks no different to the casual viewer than sober Grant. No difference. And Carl, it's funny. People say the same thing about me. I don't behave any better or any worse back in my recreational drinking days, except maybe I laugh a little more. That might be it. But there is virtually no difference between the two of us. Really, there isn't. Now, uncoffeed Brian and coffeed Brian, there is a huge difference. Uncoffeed Brian's a lot crankier, if you can imagine that. Anyway, everyone's saying hello to each other. And Ryan Permisson shared. Thank you, sir. Please, folks, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe if you would. If you're watching us especially if you're watching us on YouTube, we have just passed. I think we're past 515 people. I think we're at 517. I don't remember. Not enough caffeine yet, but not all the gray cells have activated. But no, we are slowly rising, and we appreciate it, and we hope that everyone will check us out. If you want to see our back catalog, please go to YouTube. Do a search for Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publications, and you will be pleasantly astounded, I hope. And we also have links to some of our other fellow broadcasters there in the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and a couple who aren't. But we'd welcome if they ever wanted to be in. But anyway, and we do, like I said earlier, we've got a couple new shows starting up. We have Ted Davies and Glenn B. Fleming are starting what sounds like a very creative conspiracy show or show about conspiracy theories that I'm really looking forward to. And then Keisha Acuff, we've got to talk, but we got to get her on the air. She does a wonderful one-on-one show, very, kind of similar to what Heather Ellen does on Sunday nights with Comics, Chaos, and Sass. It is good stuff. Comics Talks with Pops and Say it on YouTube now. Good morning. Hope all had a great Father's Day. Yes, a happy belated Father's Day to everyone who was a father, whether biologically or emotionally. Okay. That is all very, very important. And Carl, hey, Amy Hale, did she hear me talking about her? Probably. And the newest member of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, Glenn B. Fleming. Glenn, proud to have you aboard and looking forward to your contributions. And also check out Glenn B. Fleming on your regional Amazon, because this man is global. He's got some great books and he's got some great stuff coming out from Indie Volt Revolt. Looking forward to all of it. Good to see you, Glenn. Hope all is well, my brother. And hey, Pop says, and good morning to Bill Sarden. Good to see you. Merry Monday morning to the murky, mystical man in the fez and all the magical Monday Morians. Count your blessings. They are just truly that. They are. And hashtag bring cookie home. Working on it every day, brother. Working on it. And Carlene, hey, Carl, fancy seeing you here. Ooh la la. And haha, says Grant Lankard. I think you left before I got super drunk, Carl. After the show, I poured the rest of the bottle in a sippy cup and went to a party that was going on next door. Poor Krista puked twice. Yeah, I saw her yesterday on Sunday Funnies. She sounded rough. Grant, you only saw the two times, those two times she upheaved. I guess that I guess Varian Grant was up all night taking care of the poor girl. But you know what it is, you go to the gunfight. You better be prepared to smell some gunpowder. And Ryan Permisson says, "Good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? I am doing well. That is important to us. I watched documentaries about Marilyn Monroe, Elvis, and Audrey Hepburn. Sad to see how their lives ended too soon and how show business took their toll on them. But they were great entertainers in their own right." Yeah, and there's, and those are just three of the many performers who, the trappings of fame did in. You look at great musicians like Jimi Hendrix or Jim Morrison, Amy Winehouse, who the thing is, I remember when, back in the day, I remember Jimi Hendrix, and I remember like Brian Jones, the original rhythm guitarist for the Rolling Stones. Without the internet, where you could check on a person day by day, it's just like you wake up one day and they're not here, and you're like, "What the hell happened?" Whereas someone like an Amy Winehouse is so very tragic because she was so incredibly talented. One of the greatest voices and distinct musical styles of her time, and you can see her slow descent into madness and abuse. It is, what she did to herself. And, I think that's one of the things I appreciate now about the Free Britney movement, in that Britney Spears has had a rough life, and she's not been treated well by the people who were close to her, it looks like. And, it sounds like she's got her head screwed on straight again. And I'm really looking forward to a day when she is liberated and able to chart her own course. But anyway, yeah, too many people taken away way too soon. And Carl's laughing at Carly. And Bill Sarn said the bird's the word when you get Cindy Keff's nice and nifty newsletter at CKOEPP.com. It's something to tweet about. Definitely check it out. It's and it should be out in 4 days. So please check it out when it comes into your mailbox. Go to CKOEPP.com. You can sign up for that free newsletter there. Trust me, you'll feel better after having read it. And Ryan Permison says, check out the latest episode of the podcast, Talking Star Trek Movies on the Nerdcast, episode 103. It's good stuff. You'll definitely want it. And Carl Witzman says, oh, Grant, I went back and watched the whole thing. You have an iron liver, sir. And coming from Carl Witzman, that is praise indeed, young man. And Grant Lankard, I'm going to try to get a new episode of It's Like a Book Report, but fun done today. That sounds great. I got to catch up on those. And catching up with Lee Reese, that's always a pleasure. Good morning to you. Please check out my comic book Facebook page at Delirium Tremens Comic Book. Well, some of us, from my recreational drinking days, I know those words all too well. But anyway, yeah, let's check that out. Lee, that's great. Super. I will check that out myself later. Thank you for that link, my friend. And Ryan Permisson says, in case you missed it, check out our latest episode. And I quote, with special, and I do mean special guest, Ted Davies. That I've got to catch up on that too. Saturday was quite busy for me. So anyway, looking forward to seeing that. Anyway, Let's see, here we go. And the new StreamYard updates are going to be game changers. They really are, Joe Dog. And like I said, if you aren't watching their StreamYard page at 9 p.m. on Sunday nights, you're missing a lot of stuff. Most of the time, I had to rely on Joe Dog to get me information. You know, it's like, Brian, did you know you could do this now? You know, we've been able to do this for months. And Joe Dog's probably like, thank God I've got someone else to explain adult things to Brian. But anyway, but no, there's a lot of exciting stuff coming down the pike. And a lot of it is, it's not going to be just the professional, the pay levels. It's going to be the free level too. For those who came in late, what I'm using to broadcast to you right now is a program called StreamYard.com. Once you set it up, you've got a lot of control over your broadcast. You really do, and you can do if you're not incompetent or distracted like me, you can do a really good professional-looking show. And StreamYard, and Joe Dog, I think, will attest to this. StreamYard has just in the last year really ramped up its service on all levels. Because I seem to remember the free version was you could go like 1 or 2, I think it was, different platforms. But right now we have the it's not the pro broadcast. I think there's a pro broadcasters level, which I'm not ready for yet. But the pro private or the upscale private, it's like $60 a month, but it's worth it because it allows us to put on a decent show, except for the host. And we've got all kinds of tricks we can do. I did kind of bristle last night, Joe Dog. I will say this, that someone suggested, well, we need the comments to be able to fill the screen. And I'm like, you shut up. You know, if anything, I'd like people to like be more concise, you know, because one, it interrupts the flow of the show, and two, I think having your information in little bits is a lot better. Like if you were to come on and come in like 3 or 4 times and say, okay, here's one aspect of my business. Oh, here's another aspect of my business. Like if I were to be a guest on here, I were allowed to post, I'd be like, watch the Rising Tide broadcast broadcast network for 7 days a week of entertainment and information. Then later I'd come and say, go to risingtide.pub and check out what we have to book or to offer you in books. And then maybe a specific book later on. That way, you know, you're reminding people you're there and not just info dumping. So anyway, and there we go. Ted Davies Artistry. Hey from Twitch. Get Twitch and switch. There we go. I still got to explore Twitch in its fullest. I've had a subscription for years, and then I realized I could broadcast on there. I'm like, what the heck? Why not? But anyway, thank you for being there, and it makes me happy. And there she is, our girl, Michaela Jade. Mwah. Hey there, we are still traveling somewhere in Iowa. Oh my God. Oh, if you were near Grand Rapids, which is a little bit north of I-70, there is, I don't know if you've ever had pho, but it's a Vietnamese chicken soup. But this is stuff that they don't boil the chicken carcass for, like, say, 30 minutes. They boil it all day, and it's great flavor. And the regular size, you can bathe a small baby in it. I believe the place is called Pho. P-H-O. That's how it's pronounced, though. But it's great stuff. And I just love Grand Rapids. It's a really nice artistic-based community. I mean, I did a show there and a signing. This has been about 3 years ago, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. And just driving around the city, and you could have your window down. You're hearing music. You're hearing laughter. You're seeing people out enjoying the world. It was really a beautiful atmosphere. It's kind of like here in Lafayette. But anyway, safe travels, Michaela. And I fully expect a debriefing on your travels and the glory that you have seen. And Ryan Purmason asks you to subscribe to the channel, Nerd Culture Channel, for great nerdy content. And they just passed 600 subscribers. Yes, you see, this is what I love when people pass me up. This is good. That means you're doing good stuff, Ryan. Well done, young man. And Skunk says from the desk of a small press publisher, Joe, it's good to see you this morning. That was a great factoid. I appreciate that. I do too. And it's one of those things that I find it's really fun. But I don't play those games. So anyway, and Michaela's Wild Ride, which I think is going to be Carly's new book. under a pen name probably. And good morning to Eric Hawkins. Good morning to you, sir. I saw you got some progress done on the Zombiful World of Oz. I'm looking forward to the glorious results. And Michaela J says, no kidding, Carl. I'm documenting it on Facebook. Excellent, excellent. And Ryan Permisson asks you, summer reading recommendations? Huh? You got them, huh? Do you want my love? No, wait, that's the yellow. Looking to start learning more about Assassin's Creed and Masters of the Universe to get ready for the new Netflix series from Kevin Smith. Send me links via DM. Oh, Ryan, contact me and let me know, do you have a library card? Because I can give you a couple of, there's some really, I think it was, I want to say it was Dark Horse Comics put out like 3 books. 2 were reprints of the comic books that came with the Masters of the Universe toys. And it's really interesting to see their version of the origin and how it became more and more like the TV show, which had some differences. But what else? And also it had some great comic work by people like Bruce Timm did a lot of work coloring those stories, and some great writing and art and everything. It was really fascinating. And then there was a book about the art of it reprinted the daily and Sunday comic strip of the Masters of the Universe with really beautiful artwork by a comic artist named Gerard Fortin. I don't remember. But anyways, really good stuff. I'll do research and find those books for you, but you can read them for free on Hoopla. And good morning, people of the Furthermore. Willow, Skylar, mwah, our information tricks. How are you, darling? Anyway, check out Willow's Pillow Talk every week on the Hanging with Web Show Network, and check out her daily alerts on what's worth watching, what's worth interrupting your workday for, because we are more important. Anyway, Willow, mwah, darling, hope you're having a good day and hope you're looking forward to a better one later on. And, well, if you know your Douglas Adams, Brian, you would know what the dumbest animal in the galaxy is. It's the skullcracker. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Some morning it's me before I get my coffee, but yeah, I love Douglas Adams. I really do. Oh, I just spilled peppermint and cream all over myself, says Carl Witzman. Well, Carl, it's like, for Willow, I would offer to, clean it with my tongue, but, oh, what the heck, Carl, come on over. Anyway, Leroy Jenkins is my hero. He has chicken, says Joe Dog McKeel. Well, there's a man who in the face of danger shouts out his mighty battle cry and goes head and leads with his skull. I appreciate that. And morning, Brian and friends, from Adrian Johnson. Good to see Adrian. Good morning to you, my friend. How are you doing? Hope everyone has a great and wonderful day. You too, my friend. You too. And Arthur dead. Haha, says Carl Witzman. Yes, one of our heroes, and that's why I always have a towel nearby. And just want to say thank you, Brian, for introducing me to so many creators that I could call my friends, says Ryan Permisson. Well, thank you for being a part of our world, Ryan. You are a great asset to any group. We're proud you're part of ours. And I've had the opportunity to interview so far. Hope to have more of them on my show in the future. Also, my reading list is a mile long, so I'll see you in 10 years. Yeah, and I've done a little to help your video viewing, too. Ryan and Jerome Connor and I were on was it Reels and Heels a few months ago, and Jerome and I started a bromance on there because we're about the same age and we grew up remembering the same things. And Ryan's just like, really? And then Jerome and I started giving lists of things for Ryan to check out to become as either as culturally hip or socially awkward as we are. But it was fun, and Ryan just threw himself into it, which I think is glorious. And I'm the same way, Ryan. If I get a Jones to learn about something, I don't go halfway on my research. I dig in. I dig down deep and double down once I get to the bottom. And this weekend, Cookie actually recommended a video to me that she saw on Facebook, and I found another one. And both of them are likely to be in my newsletter that I don't talk about enough, but I have a free monthly newsletter also that if you go to risingtide.pub, you'll find a link to sign up yourself. Or if you're on Facebook, send me your email address via direct messenger. Don't do it in public, and I will sign you up personally for my newsletter. We tell you where we're going, and we've got some new stuff to put in there, and some really cool stuff that's coming down the pike. We've got personal appearances coming up. July, I won't even know what it's like to be home. July and September right now are pretty packed, and we are probably going to cut off our travels, except for maybe one show around late October. So you have a window in which to see us. And also, Nick and Michaela and I are working on a project too, and I've got a couple things coming up that I'm going to tap some shoulders, as I call it, and see about y'all getting involved. So anyway, what we're going to do is have fun mostly. But if you want to find out where I'm going and what I'm up to, check out risingtide.pub, sign up for my free monthly newsletter. We also have special secret links that take you to usually YouTube videos that are either entertaining or enlightening. We sometimes post things on how to advance your creative career. A lot of times we just post stuff that's maybe musical videos we like. Last month, I gave you a link to see the play Avenue Q, which is an adult version of Sesame Street, and I've seen it twice live. It's hilarious. I love that show with a passion, and I am born to play Trekkie Monster. I really am. And we also, one month, we had a 1950s television show with Edward R. Murrow recreating the War of the Worlds Panic broadcast from 1938. With Ed Asner and Warren Beatty and several other people that went on to become big stars. And then we also did some shows about a recreation of that, links with the recreation done in Buffalo, New York in the 70s or 60s, and then again in the 70s with the same results. So anyway, that's what we do on our thing. And we also have inspirational quotes and answer your questions, all kinds of cool stuff. So please check out our newsletter too. Thank you. But anyway, Ryan, thank you. See, that's the wonderful part of the Rising Tide community, is that we support each other. It's very rarely me. And I have seen times when somebody starts going me. Usually there is a call for a mid-course correction on their part from other Nevermorians, but we share best practices. I have grown immensely because of hanging out with these wonderful people. I really have. I'm not just saying that. And we try to pay it forward to each other and, out into the void wherever we can. And we take care of each other. That's a huge help. So anyway, Ryan, we're honored to have you as part of our community, man. And thank you for your words of appreciation. It makes me happy. It really does. Someone else that makes me happy is Michaela Jade. At the book signing, I got an email from everyone who bought a book and a couple that didn't. Oh, cool. And also got a new super fan. Well, good for you, Michaela. Goodness. Yeah, that is fantastic. And super fan stalker. That's right, Carl. You and I have competition now. And Pop says, 16 watching, 9 likes. Come on, slackers. That's right. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, please give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying any part of it. In fact, let me put up my banner. Thank you, Pops, for that reminder. Remember, folks, if you enjoy what you see at all, please take a moment to like this video. Please share it with your friends and subscribe, because that's what the cool kids and their friends do. And also, don't forget, we also have our Patreon page at /Brian K. Morris. Check it out, what we will offer for your modest monthly stipend. And I will say that the Patreon funds go to keep this show on the air. We do have expenses that we incur in putting our shows on the air, and our Patreon people step up every time, and we love them. Anyway, thank you, Pops Van Zandt. We appoint you the Dark Mistress this morning. Cracking the whip on everyone. Sorry, Pops, I got so excited about the show that I forgot. Well, we're glad when people react, and thank you to everyone who has reacted to the show so far. Such as Ted Davies, Stephanie Downer Hayes, Lee Reese, Cameron Christopher Payne, Joe McKeel, Pops Van Zandt, Clyde Hall, Ryan Permison, Bill Sarden, Kathy Jackson, Dan Hollifield, our newest member of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and the Rising Tide Broadcast Network itself. The network likes itself. It loves itself, and we have the pictures. That's at the $25 level. And what? No dislike today? Lazy ass hater gave up. Yeah, I think the mockery of our laughter kind of set them off. Also, it's kind of fun because, like I said, I have some candidates who I think it is. And did you know there's a place where you can block them? Interesting, huh? Anyway, it's Willow Skyler says currently doing training, which is actually getting paid to pretend I'm reading the stuff on the iPad while listening to you. Yeah, I found that when I worked for various organizations when I was employable, the training was usually stuff I didn't need to know or I already knew. It's I'd say maybe about 15% of the time it was stuff that was actually germane to what I was doing. And even then you had people who had no experience in broadcasting do this. And so what could have taken like 20 minutes usually winds up taking an hour and a half of your day. And it's usually on a day when you got stuff to do. So, that's why when I became unemployed and I started getting on LinkedIn and I signed up for webinars on how to, basically at first to learn how to get reemployed. That didn't work, but I used it for other people though and made money. And I write a mean resume. But anyway, I also learned about how to self-publish and how to broadcast. And, a lot of that was free, but it was all put on by people that actually organized their notes, had everything ready. Kind of makes me sick to see how little of it I'm actually doing on the air sometimes. But anyway, Comics Talk with Pops on YouTube says Monday Madness at 4 p.m. Eastern. Guests this afternoon include Holden McCord, Brian Butvitis, and I know I've mispronounced that, Butvitis, I'm sorry, Brian, and Dave Wimblett. Check out who Pops is interviewing today. Always a good time on Pops Van Zant's channels. And didn't mean to alarm a bunch of y'all that it wasn't a sonic boom. My give a damn broke. Oh, man. Yeah, Joe Dog, you remember remember that earthquake we had in Indiana a week ago? That was my give a damn busting up again. There's just ain't enough super glue some days. And Super Fan says Michaela Jade is an avid reader and she loves my genre. She won the gift basket I donated and literally jumped up and squealed with excitement. Oh, Michaela, darling, you deserve that so much, man. I'm telling you, I'm so proud of you. Just in the brief time we've known each other. Some days it probably feels, she probably thinks, oh my God, it's like I've known this idiot forever. But no, you have worked so hard to get where you are. And you always have your eye on the prize. You're always working hard. And it makes me feel like, God, I've got to keep up with her. Because I still want to be worthy to sit at the table. And, that's another thing the Rising Tide people do for each other. We share best practices. We share info on shows with each other. In fact, at the Indie Author Book Expo, they put the Rising Tide people in one area. And I'm like, Jen Thompson, I love you to the moon and the stars and back. I love you 3,000, girl. I really do. And we did well and we had fun. I had so much fun. And wish more shows were that awesome. But Michaela, I'm so proud of you, girl. I really am. You got me in the feels there. And Bill Sarton says, I was in the Chicago area over the weekend with Laura, and we were fortunate enough to be northwest of the tornado that hit the Naperville area. Oh my gosh. Yeah. People were asking, a little aside here, people were asking me on Sunday, or Saturday rather, and it's like, Brian, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I've got a little bit of an upset stomach, but other than that, I'm way too sober. What's up? And they're like, okay, we're just checking, make sure. And then I saw the thing about tornadoes happening in the, around the heat wave. We did not have anything here. We have got a super civil defense system here. And if there is a tornado, the sirens go off, believe me. And we're real damn close to one. Believe me, I cannot ignore it. We also have a radio station that we keep tuned to all the time in our on our kitchen radio that they were tracking a storm, and it's like this is like about 3 years ago, I think, or 2 years ago, and they were tracking, and it actually had a touchdown in downtown very briefly, and they were saying, okay, it's going down it's going down Union. going against the traffic. It's now at 6th Street. It's now at 11th Street. It's now 12th Street. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. I live between 19th and 20th, and Union's about not far enough from me, about 10 blocks from me. Wait one damn minute. And it's one of those things where if we're, Cookie and I hear the sirens, we grab our phones, grab the computers, the iPad, and just basically and sit by the radio and wait for instructions. We've got a beautiful basement. It's a lovely basement. There's plenty to read down there. But anyway, Bill, thank you for letting me interrupt. He was in the Chicago area over the weekend with his lady friend, and we were fortunate enough to be northwest of the tornado that hit the Naperville area. All in all, we had a great time and got to go to a couple of great local Chicago restaurants. Oh, yeah. And for those wondering, yes, I did get to have my traditional Sunday morning pancakes yesterday. Good news. Good news. There's some... I did some plays in the Wrigleyville area, and there was a super super restaurant there. And we've got a restaurant like that here in Lafayette, where basically instead of screened they didn't use AC in the summer, but instead of screened in windows, what they did was they just basically moved the windows around in the windowsills and just let the fresh air cool us off. And wonderful restaurant. Went to an incredible Italian place, I think on Cicero Avenue, near a playhouse there. And then another time we went to one where they had homemade ice cream. All the ice cream in the place, and 97 out of the 101 beers were made in-house or nearby in the neighborhood. And we had the best, never rivaled chocolate chip mint ice cream sandwiches you come with us on a book trip, you will eat well, I promise you that. Anyway, Carl Witzman says he used to be a counselor, so he knows this type. Yep, a stalker, Michaela. And Michaela's like, I'll take her. I'm up for my stalkers that they buy my books. I'm all for that. And had a great time on Ryan Permison's interview show last Saturday. Please check it out. Says Ted Davies Artistry. Yes, please. And please sign up for Ted Davies Artistry's YouTube channel too, and Michaela Jades, because she's awesome. And and Power is back. Ned just resurfaced. Life is good. Good, Nick Tockard. I'm glad to hear that. Also, please check out Nick Tockard's Historical Fencing Guild show on Friday nights at 8 p.m. And also sign up for his channel too. Please subscribe, and subscribe to mine. I could use you. And just as long as it wasn't the male cover model, Andy and I don't need that kind of competition. Carl, you got me. There is no competition. Anyway, and Carl's like, yeah, there is no competition, Brian. Anyway, Comics All Companions fans, and well, hello, WSQ. But Michael is so sweet. Aw. And yeah, that's good, Nick. That is cool. And Ryan Permison says, thank you, everyone inside and outside of Rising Tide, for supporting our channel. We really appreciate it. Well, dude, you're putting in the work, and you're seeing the Rising Tide come back to you. That's what it is. I have been asked by more than one person to write a Rising Tide philosophy book, and I'm seriously looking at that for next year. And Michaela, no, just no. I don't like it when Michaela says no, because it's usually to me. And Grant Lankard says, I can't believe Krista and Nita do backer shots every week. I would die. You lightweight, come on. If you're going to run with this crowd, your liver probably needs to be about the size and density of a walnut. If you hang out at the green room at all, you'll know. And back on the Zero Box says, Ryan, I remember watching the funeral procession for Elvis when I was a kid. Actually hearing when Elvis died was one of those moments like, I know where I was when President John F. Kennedy died. I know where I was when the moon landing happened. I know where I was when I heard about John Lennon and George Harrison and Elvis Presley and Prince and David Bowie. It's kind of funny how most of the deaths that have really affected me have mostly been musicians. I think I'm a frustrated lead guitarist is what it is. David Bowie's hit me hard. And it's funny because I don't own a single David Bowie record, but I see it, hear him enough on the radio and see his stuff on YouTube that what can I tell you? He was a part of my life, as was everybody's. And Ted Davies Artistry goes, announcement July 14th, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, premiere, The Truth Mongers. Can you handle the truth? That is the brand new show with, I keep forgetting the title. I've got to get that to Lewis so he can, or Carl, so we can make a new banner for our stuff. Because it's, there's a lot of good stuff on the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network, and I'm really excited for the Truth Mongers. It's going to be Ted Davies and Glenn B. Fleming talking about conspiracy theories, and oh man, can I participate in that? Because when I didn't really get in, except for the Kennedy assassination thing, I never really got into conspiracy theories that much. But when I started researching my first real book, Bloodshot, the Coldest Warrior, I was astounded. I'd never really experienced the flat earth theory. In fact, I know a flat earther, in fact. And then that led into things like sovereign citizens, First Amendment auditors, and I'd known about UFO things in the past, but, and Naruto running. But anyway, it's great stuff because a lot of it fuels my writing, and you run into, and then that also increased my interest in the paranormal as a result. So yeah, it really kind of expanded my mind with learning about conspiracy theories. Now, a lot of them are just plain straight up BS, like, and I'll go on record as saying it. I don't care what basis you have for believing it, like, like the flat earth thing, because science. And God created science, if you use that excuse, the biblical excuse. And also, the First Amendment auditors are not doing it for that reason. And the sovereign citizens are using information that is wrong. So now UFOs, we'll see. We'll have to see on that. Although one time, Ted, I did see, Cookie and I went to a lecture at our local community college. They had a like an observatory, a small observatory there, and he had also done some work with the Hadron Collider. And based on his work at the Hadron Collider, he said it's almost sure that we will never be visited by other planets. There's that one theory that other aliens may see us the way we look at germs, like we're something to be eradicated. That maybe first contact is not a great idea, but this is screen capture. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Love you. Life is good again. I might become articulate now, but by the end of this cup, who knows? Miracles do happen, Anyway, Ted Davies Artistry, we are looking forward to the Truth Mongers, and 7 p.m. I'm gonna put that in my book because that is useful to know. That is Wednesday, July 14th. That is useful. We got to have a big to do about that. The Truth Mongers. Maybe you and I ought to talk, Ted, about maybe something the network can do to, maybe give you guys a launch or something. That's something I think we are lacking in the Rising Tide community. Let's talk about this week. I mean, we're going to talk later today, I'm sure. And Grant Lacker says, for those of you who don't know who Amy Winehouse is, imagine Adele with talent. Adele... While Adele is good, she doesn't hold a candle to Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse had a beautiful fusion of rock and jazz in her work. In fact, I've been, exploring a little more jazz in recent years. There was a lady, she's, I think she's Chinese. Her name translates to Sue White. But she does, I don't remember the name of the song, but to listen to her play drums and watch her, because she's doing a contemporary song. I can't remember the name of it. I really don't care for the original, actually. It's nothing special, but to see her grinning through the thing and doing these complex hand thing, like twirling the drumsticks and or drumming with just one hand while she's singling out people in the audience with the other. She's glorious to watch, and she's crazy talented. I've seen her do a number of videos. And she just sets up on the street and runs like a speaker through her iPhone, and plays basically jazz drums, which is a lot of it is a little more complex, has more fills I've seen than like standard rock drumming. In fact, a lot of early drummers like Ringo Starr and Keith Moon got their inspiration from jazz drummers like Buddy Rich and Gene Krupa. So, but anyway, Amy Winehouse, though, had an amazing, amazing voice, taken far too soon. Amy Winehouse, the one-hit wonder who would have been forgotten if it weren't for an out-of-control drug addiction. Yeah, but the thing is, I think, or the same with Janis Joplin back in the 60s. I would have loved to have heard more music from both of them. I love Janis Joplin's work, especially with the Big Brother and the Holding Company, but, again, taken too soon. What kind of group will we have? I always envisioned there was a Broadway play called Lemmings that the National Lampoon put on, and it had a bunch of people that you would know today, like Chevy Chase and John Belushi. Meatloaf was in it for a while, along with the late Jim Steinman. There's another guy I miss. But it was basically it was a parody of the Woodstock festival, but this was the Woodchuck Festival of Peace, Love, and Death, and they had a thing called they were talking about the All-Star Dead Band. This was before the All-Star Ringo's All-Star Band, but it was like the All-Star Dead Band. It was like Jimi Hendrix on lead guitar, Brian Jones on rhythm, Ginger Baker was rumored to be and Paul McCartney were rumored to be dead at the time, and they were in their drums and bass, and on keyboards, Harry Truman. So, and Carl's probably going, "Oh yeah, I get that." And everyone's like, "Who the hell's Harry Truman?" Anyway, Carl Wisman says, "Please get my walker so I can kick John B. Pica's behind." Yeah, I'm with you on that one. And cool, Ted. Yeah, definitely. I'm so looking forward to that show. And Keisha Acuff would like to join the network, and I'm saying, yeah, let's do it. So definitely, we've got some good stuff coming up here, and stuff I think everyone will enjoy. And the real John B. Pica, except no substitute, says, when I die, I've instructed my family not to tell anyone. I want people to wonder years later, whatever happened to Pica? John, that's pretty cool. I would do that now, but people are already wondering what happened to me. But anyway, they see it every time. And Brian, yes, Nicholas Tockard, Brian has a tip jar. Oh my gosh, I do, don't I? Yes, and if you would like, now this is, if you want to give a one-time, I don't promote this very much. I'd rather people, I love it when people get on my Patreon page because they get something for it. And we get to talk. But if you would like to give a one-time donation or do it more than once, let me find the card. There we go. Here we go. I do have a tip jar. It is at paypal.me/risingtidebkm. And I do believe the capitalization on Rising Tide BKM is important to get in there. If not, I'll send you a link. But anyway, all donations will be privately and gratefully acknowledged. And every penny that goes into the tip jar, again, goes into this show. And truth in advertising here, folks, we are looking at upgrading my computer, getting a more powerful one, just a little shy of a gaming computer. I don't think I need that much power. But I've been looking at some tabletop things that it's going to cost some money and a little bit of equipment because we want to set up a studio elsewhere in this house and do things behind me. And let's say, for instance, you advertise on the show, and advertising's, just because I have Plasma Fire Graphics as my constant advertiser doesn't mean I can't handle more. And Plasma Fire Graphics would welcome some company, I'm sure. But imagine you're broadcasting with me and all of a sudden I'm able to put your web address up on behind me or a copy of your product up behind me because I can now do green screen. I can't do it on this computer. This computer just does not have, this laptop does not have the power. but I've been looking at some tabletop things. And if I do that, then I have to, I believe I think I've got a camera. It might work with it, but I've got everything else. I'm looking at more lighting. But one of the things that concerns me right now is what can I give you for it? Because if I go to Kickstarter for this thing, it's going to be all or nothing. And I do want to reach out. I do want to talk to some of my friends in the comic book and writing community who maybe would like to donate books to the cause. And I'll do something for you as far as advertising. I don't know. And if I make enough above my goal, I will just out and out pay you for it while still expressing my huge admiration and gratitude to you. So anyway, but we're still working on it. I've got to consult with a couple people on this. But anyway, I've just anyway, thank you, Nick Tockert. I appreciate that. And Carly says gratis, and the BKM Patreon. That we all want the Patreon. Yes, and we are Brian K. Morris. Look for Brian K. Morris, all one word, all lowercase, at patreon.com. Or send me a DM on Facebook, and I will gladly send you a link. And like I said, $1 a month helps in ways you cannot even calculate. And anyway, thank you, Nick Tockard. Love you, man. And also check out the Historical Fencing Guild every Friday night at 8 p.m. And Nick has a couple of books out dealing with weaponry that you will want to own, especially if you're a writer. And Mikhail J says the free version only lets you broadcast to one place, which is why I only broadcast to YouTube. Yeah, but then you can share it out to other platforms after that. The freak out on comments, even they said nope to that. Yeah, and I saw that somebody also wanted 2 lines of the, you see the crawl at the very bottom here, talking about please give us a reaction to the show. And somebody on last night's broadcast said, well, we need 2 lines of that. And another one said, yeah, we need like a different line here, and we need like adjustable heights and everything. And the creators are like, really? It's like, do you guys just sit out every week and wait and, think of BS things that are really useless for us to try to incorporate in the StreamYard? Yeah, and I will say, Joe Dog, I'm really tired of hearing the guy who complains most about, well, we need a way to just upload everything into the system all at once. And I'm the reason they have a stuffed duck. I'm getting really tired of hearing that already. It's like that moment in Star Trek 6 where Spock and McCoy are arming the torpedo while the Romulan is quoting Shakespeare, and and McCoy just looks up at Spock and says, "I'd pay money to have that guy shut up." It's like as people feel about me. But anyway, that was a hard nope on that expanding. In fact, they have said, for everyone who uses StreamYard, by the way, the crawl is now no longer limited to 200 characters. It's now 1,000. So if you have disclaimers or stuff, that's a good place to put it. And somebody suggested, well, could we expand the number of characters in the comments? And they were like, nope. And I will say that if they ever lose their minds and do that, I am not going to play that game again where let's see if we can block Brian's face, nope. My bloated ego will not allow it. And good morning to the Ninja Genko. Good to see you, sir. Hope you are doing well this morning. And Rad Publishing, good morning to you. Sorry we're getting in so late on you got your comments. And Nick Tucker says, I am GMing on Wednesday nights on Red Valkyrie presents Dice, Dames, and Dudes at 8:30. It is a fantasy setting of my own creation. Great fun. Oh, I got to check that out. And Ace Frehley covered Do Ya by ELO. Actually, Comics Talk, I've heard Ace's version. Ace is fantastic. Ace is always fantastic. The original was The Move, I believe. It was a group called The Move, but one of their members was Jeff Lynne. So, and Todd Rundgren and Utopia also do kick-ass versions of Do Ya. It's on a couple of his live ones. Scott Gardner says, hey, Ryan, the redundancy department of redundancy called again. And that's from Small Press Publisher. Darn it, Nick, I need to follow up with you on the idea that I have. Yeah, definitely. Oh, Joe, you do. You do. If you're doing what I think if you've got in mind what I think you've got in mind, yeah, you do. You seriously do. And Harley Slavic, hope everyone's well. Greetings. Hey, how you doing? And you can't spell, I can't talk. So this is working out great, Harley Slavic. Good to see you. And technology is not working for me today, says Willow Scott. I'm sorry. Do I need to rub it or something? Maybe give it a kiss? Who knows? It works for other things. Not that Bruce Wayne would know. Anyway, Scott Crocker says, so I have a serious question. Okay. I was thinking about doing a show through StreamYard that would basically be kind of a game show of sorts, possibly including prizes. And that's what Small Press Publisher, I'm going to jump over you, but we'll come back to you because I want to get the rest of Skunks here. And if I did it, I would want to have members of the Rising Tide community involved as players. Would anyone be interested in doing something like that? Okay. You've got one volunteer, Skunk. All right. Yeah, I think it's a super idea. I'd love to see you do it. And if you want me involved, just let me know and I'll do what I can. Okay. And if anyone else would be interested in there, contact the Skunk Rocker directly. I think you can do it through YouTube, but if nothing else, Skunk, if they contact me, can I send to you? Because your real name is not much of a secret, but you can contact me and I will forward it to Skunk. Okay, how does that sound? All right. I told you, like with the newsletter, I protect you. And from the desk of a Small Press Publisher, been scatterbrained a little bit. Yeah, me too. I think it's the heat, honestly. I have a few things to do on my list. One of them is to find a way to have BKM occupied on July 3rd. Oh, dude, you're waving the red flag. Anyone have a great inescapable holding cell? Just need the security for a guest. Well, you having Kara back on again? Kara and I are friends, okay? Or if it's somebody, or if you're waiting for a repeat of last time before last on your show when you had Brian Rodman on, that is a great show. You need to go to from the SO Small Press Publisher and watch the Brian Rodman episode because three people who may or may not be his co-hosts on Comic Book Spectrum Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern may or may not have gotten on the air and were harassing him. And in fact, that was kind of funny. Brian was laughing. Brian Rodman, God bless the boy, is a chronic asthmatic. And he has had some very challenging times. And of course, we love him. All three of us do. But we also tease him mercilessly because we love. And he had a laughing fit and started to cough. And Eric Hawkins, the soul of all sympathy, was like, "Make Brian laugh! Make Brian laugh!" And so anyway. And you do need to watch last Thursday's episode of Comic Book Spectrum. Even if you hate comic books, it was a fun time to the point where I think because of Clyde Hall, all three of us could have had an asthma attack. We were laughing so hard. And as I've been saying, Clyde Hall managed to do something Christian Basil has tried but never accomplished with me. No, not that. He's done that several times. Anyway, but no, Skunk Rocker, let's make that happen. And and Joe D. McPhee, the red flag is waved. The challenge is accepted. And for porn, yes. There is a wonderful song in did you watch that, Carl, from the newsletter? From Avenue Q, and one of the songs is called "The Internet is for Porn," and it has wonderful songs like "Everyone's a Little Bit Racist," and it's just and "Come for the Songs, Stay for Gary Coleman." It is great, and count me in, Skunk. Hey, you got two, and we got a trio now, a hat trick here. Sounds intriguing, Skunk. And Skunk Rocker says, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to giving away porn as a prize. Well, then I disqualify myself and I'll be in the audience. Anyway, but I also feel that if I did that, then I would not be allowed to broadcast anywhere. So no, Carl, it wouldn't be for porn. Darn it. Skunk, have you ever seen Avenue Q? You need to see that. And Rad Publishing, Rick Bradley, says he likes that idea too. And no, Skunk, that was a joke for BKM, and I got it too. No, there is a song with one. See, there's puppets on the stage, and one of them is singing about the joys of the internet. And Trekkie Monster interrupts. And like she's saying, you can while away the hours all day surfing on the internet, and he's doing for porn. And and you'll like this skunk. He sounds like Noddy Holder after he drank, swallowed some Drano. Really funny. Oh my God, it's a funny play. You would dig it. If you've never seen Skunk, I'll send you a link to it. Okay. And congratulations on your success, everyone. Well, thank you, Harley. And we hope that we hope that you're doing well too. And the rising tide's washing well over you. And Joe Dog McHale says, and speaking of HaloCon, our artwork is amazing. It was from Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your projects matter to you, don't consider them, hire them. Seriously. And Joe Dog will vouch, and I will too. If the cost is off-putting to you, then you've got to hire Plasma Fire Graphics. All my book trailers are by them. A lot of the stuff I have is because of Jeffrey Hayes, and affordable. He is it. He really is. He definitely wants to give to the creative community, and as part of that, he's keeping his prices down. And if he likes your project, I think you get a discount on that too. Anyway, Molly Daniels, good to see you. Good morning, all. Michaela Jade, happy you had a great time and love your picks. I've been following him too. Yes, and Carl Witzman explains from the musical Avenue Q, the internet is for porn. It is. And thanks, Molly. And from Michaela Jade and the Skunk says, I got the reference. I just thought the timing was perfect. Yeah, the timing was perfect for porn. Anyway, Willow Skyler, I guess I'll start work now. Talk to you folks later. I'm sorry, Willow. Mwah. Have a good day, sweetheart. And may your lattes always be hot and fresh. Anyway, Skunk Cracker says, because it was like, what, like, would anybody be interested in doing this? And you were like, yes, for porn. Don't question what motivates us, Skunk. Don't question us. And from this Small Press Publisher, Info Dump, second of the day. I know you will find a way to get on the show and jump into her lap and say, it's Santa Claus. I've been a good boy, Santa Claus. You won't deny that. You won't. No, I would never do that to her. I would say I've been a bad boy. Punish me. But anyway, we've got a bunch of comments. And Cindy Cap, I see you there. Mwah. CKOEPP.com. Please check out that page because she is so awesome. But we've got so much conversation going this morning that, and it's my fault. I need to step this up. So yeah, we do it for porn. And sadly watches Willow leave. Or is this one of those things where we love watching her say hello, but we also can take some pleasure from watching her say goodbye. And that's only part. We love you, Willow. We do. We hope you heard this. We adore you, and you do so much for us. You cannot know how appreciative I am. And Harley Slavic, if anyone who creates or retails comics is looking for a distributor, we are looking for companies to work with. Contact them at harleyslavic@gmail.com. Very good. And notes in order, organized. What the heck is that? That's a thing other people do, Rad Publishing. Certainly not me. And Rising Tide had its own enclave at the Peoria Book Show, says Carl Witzman, who was a valuable part of that. So we would not infect the rest of the authors with whatever is wrong with us. I did see a number of them, kind of like, what are those people doing? Kind of looking at us like, oh my God, why is there not fencing up? And then they kind of get brave and come in and talk to us towards the end of the day. And they were lovely people. They really were. And Bob Sanzan said, we had a tornado warning at 1:30 a.m., so I stood by the window waiting. Because that's the sort of crap I do, Pops, because you have no sense of self-preservation whatsoever any more than I do. And they talk about, ebook device fans, the new 10-inch Kindle Fire is 1/2 off for Prime Day. Ooh, $70. So I can read comics at nearly full size, and Amanda can actually afford to have a device from this decade. I tell you, I love my I may have to get in on that action. I do love my my iPad. I really do, because it is slightly larger than a comic book, and all my comics in there are in mint condition. It's amazing. And and thank you so much for your commentary of the Historical Fencing Guild live stream. Well, I was glad to, man. I'm not all the way through it yet, but I will finish it today. But I as always, I enjoy it, Nick. I really do. And thank you, Michaela. Stupid phone, says Michaela. Yes. And there he is. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. Oh, well, this weekend was a great one for the Nebulizer Kickstarter campaign. Yes, it was. We unlocked the Nebulizer beanie as an add-on item and announced the next stretch goal. If we can reach $3,500, then I'll be putting concept art and turnarounds in the back of this issue. And so head over to that address right there. Go to Kickstarter. Do a search for Nebulizer and grab your copy and rewards before time runs out. Yes, I want to refresh that. I meant to do that before the show. Yes, and they're well over 100 backers. Please become one of them. And they've more than spanked their financial goal. But while that's rebooting, I will move on. And Rad Publishing, Rick Bradley says, for the Rising Tide philosophy book, I'm sure there are many of us that would love to contribute. Maybe something about how the Rising Tide has helped us. Thank you. That's a great idea. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. And Brian Rodman says the nebulizer is about a chronic asthmatic named Connor and his feisty AI-controlled nebulizer suit, Albie, as they fight through a post-apocalyptic world filled with allergen mutants. It's Bubble Boy meets I Am Legend with the little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sprinkled in there for funsies. Hey, check out the Kickstarter page, seriously, because they have a super video that goes along with it too. And they've got 103 backers, $3,253 of their $2,000 goal. So if you want to back a winner, this is it. And Brian is super about fulfillment. He is a machine. He and Robin and the friends, oh my God, they get the stuff out. And they've got only 4 days to go. Brian, we need to do, if we have the time, we could maybe do a last minute ta-da on the final day, maybe, or as close to it as possible. We need to talk. And Philip Thompson says, good morning. Good morning to you, Philip. Glad to see you, sir. That was a wonderful tribute to your father yesterday. I loved it. Bill Sarton says, join the Far Out and Groovy Kids by clicking on Sarton Art 76 on Facebook for better days from yesteryear. You can commission Bill Sarton to draw something special for you. Plus, he has over 400 snazzy, jazzy sketches and prints that are always available for purchase, safe and securely through PayPal. So hit the follow button on the artwork of Bill Sarton, where everything old is new again. Check it out and give that page a like. Get his subscriber count up. And Flat Earth conspiracies are fun, says Brian Rodman, but Hollow Earth conspiracies are even more fun to research. Yeah, and there is a prominent comic book artist who swears that there is a hollow earth. And I'm like, really? You're that good an artist, and somehow your brain just kind of like, it's like a circuit board where you can see all the rust and the crap buildup, and it hits the electricity, and it goes, and out comes the weird stuff. So yeah, I had done several transcripts when I used to do interview transcripts. And this one artist kept popping him because he had a book out at the time that it was popular but not very good. But he would go into why it's our fault that everybody's panning the book, and because we're just not smart enough to understand it. And then he goes into the thing about the hollow earth, and after a while, I was like emailing my editor or the writer of the article and saying, can I just skip this section here? And unanimously, it was yes, please do. So anyway, Nick Tucker says, oh, I need to know about this philosophy project. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And Adrian Johnson says, tell Cookie that the Johnson family says hi. Thank you, Adrian. I sure will. She'll be glad to hear that. And Brian Robin says, Adele with talent. Amy Winehouse was great. Absolutely great. But Adele is great too. Bad form, Grant. Yeah. Leave snark to the experts, right, Brian? Anyway, no, Adele has her place, and I do like Royals, although I like the Weird Al version better. And talking about conspiracy theories, right? But anyway, and there he is, the legend of the traveling TARDIS, who we took down a peg or two on Stupid O'Clock on that Saturday. I'm sorry, Christian, I couldn't resist it. Anyway, arise, Monday Morris monster, arise. The gods of rehabilitation told me I need to go. I said, no, no, no. They again addressed me to go to the sanctuary of rehabilitation, and I continued, no, no, no. You stay strong, young man. Stay strong. And this will be continued, I'm sure. So anyway, but no, I got, Christian has a running joke, and I'm like, I've had enough of it. And I kind of let a zinger go that the Stupid O'Clock people seem to appreciate. Thank you, Stupid O'Clock, for your support. And Scott Crocker says, all this talk about jazz drumming makes me think about that movie Whiplash. What a great flick, especially endlessly quotable, especially if you want to sound like a raving lunatic. I don't need much help in that regard, really, Skunka. Thanks. No, actually, Skunk, if you want to hear some great drumming, there are channels on YouTube. And again, I can send you links to them. One is the drum parts a lot of the old tapes have been digitized and the instruments separated out. And, from, the days before, you had like 16 or 32 tracks, or limitless like you've got with Audacity. But anyway, they isolated Keith Moon's drum parts, and the one he does for Pinball Wizard could almost be a song of its own. And Andy Summers has some stuff with the Police, like I Can't Stand Losing You. That song, you can listen to the drums and you hear in your head the part of the song that's accompanying it. It's glorious stuff. I love it. And also, they've been isolating some of the bass lines of John Entwistle, and OMG, glorious stuff. From the desk of the Small Press Publisher says Amy Winehouse isn't a one-hit wonder. She seems that way to use in the States since most of her music wasn't released here. Yeah, and I don't know how much of her, I think a lot of her stuff charted, but I don't know how much of it hit like the top 10. And it was easier back in the day when MTV, when the M stood for music, instead of malarkey. You could tell what was popular because it got into heavy rotation. Although in the early days of MTV, when they didn't have the rights to many videos, I swear to God, they were playing Working for the Weekend by Loverboy every half hour. I love that song. It's a brilliant song, and I love the video. The video is beautiful. The drummer is working his butt off in that song. He's doing great. But after a while, I'm like, okay, I've seen it. I've seen this one. Oh, I've got 3 minutes to go to the bathroom now. This is useful. Anyway, Christian, walk towards the light of rehab. And just in case, don't die, feed Cookie. Thank you, Carl Wisman, for both bits of great advice. And take care. I'm trying to. I really am. And Cindy Cap, morning, y'all. Cindy Cap, CKOEPP.com. We've been talking about you, darling, because we love you. And you do so much for us, Cindy. And Molly Dale says, T-1 week until Creative Generations release. That's her brand new book. You got to see it. My mom's getting excited to see Dad's work in print as well. Oh my God, that is so cool. Yeah, my own mother had written some stuff before she passed on, and I remember reading at the time. I'm like, Mom, you're better at this than I am. This is great. And I am going to find a way to publish it as kind of like a little immortalization of my mom. So yeah, I dig it, Molly. I think it's a great project, and it's got a great cover from Matthew the Mad Celt Jackson. And Cindy Cap, Skyman battles the Master of Steam on Smashwords. You'll want that. And Amazon book reviews made less impossible. This book here, thank you, Cindy Cap, available on Smashwords and Amazon. In this is a book here I will tell you about. I haven't talked about it too much lately, but it's only $2.99 on both platforms, Smashwords and Amazon. And what it does is it tells you as a reader why it is so very important and helpful for you to leave reviews. Even 1-star reviews are helpful. One word, algorithms. And also you might, honest reviews help us guide our work. Let us know where we fall short, what we need to work on. I got a 4-star review from a very prominent new pulp author, and I wrote and thanked him, and then he went in more into depth, and I got a lot out of it, and it helped me, and I am incorporating the work. Ron Fortier, I adore you. Anyway, also, if you're an author, you need this book because it'll tell you why you need to be more aggressive in asking for reviews. Also, if you are unsure of how to write a good review, we tell you how, and we provide a handy template to help you do so. But Amazon book reviews made less impossible. Cindy Cap, thank you very much. And I know you're all impressed because we had sophisticated graphics too. Anyway, thank you, Cindy Cap. We love you. And The Simple Sword from Nick Tockard. You've got to have that. That is a super, super reference book. I misplaced my copy and I refound it recently, and I'm gonna poke through that and read it because it's cool. And Joe Dog McKeel says, I learned something. Tomorrow was the day I discovered Nevermind the Furthermore 1 year ago. Look how far we all have come in the past year. The tide is high, but I'm holding on. Oh, Joe Dog, I didn't realize that. Happy anniversary, brother. Oh my God. And if you think I haven't benefited from having you as a friend, you have no idea. You really don't. You have been so helpful to the growth of this program and this channel and this business that, I'm going to owe you the rest of my life. And that's half the fun of the Rising Tide is repayment, giving and getting. So, I'm going to call the next day or two and get my damn room for HoloCon, I swear. And definitely check out HowlCon October 29th and 30th. It's going to be a good time. I will be there, and it wouldn't surprise me if several other Nevermorians may show up too. And Carl Witzman, I can create multiple calls with OBS. Oops, bragging. Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah, OBS is a more robust system. I think we wound up crashing into it not talking to, and it might be my internet, it not talking to Facebook the way it should, because I was having a day. This was one Saturday. It was probably my worst broadcasting day ever, and I had a show so disastrous that I almost gave up broadcasting. It was that bad, and that, I think that's where I became sensitive to people complaining about things that are beyond someone's control. Like last week, when Clyde was having a little bit of sound issue, and I appreciate knowing it, and we can help Clyde with that. But a lot of smart remarks were being made that I didn't appreciate. I just don't. I generally don't care when other people do it to other people's, but it was just hitting the wrong chord that morning, and I just basically said, "Screw this." Closed off the show. And if it wasn't for the fact that I had a broadcast that afternoon that turned out to work, I probably would not be on the air today. I would have given it up and gone into something else. But anyway, that's just how it works. But no, OBS is a beautiful system, and I would not mind getting back into it. Now that I know more about what we do, and StreamYard's helped me a lot with that, and it's more hands-on stuff that I've tried and didn't work. I think OBS, I could run a good OBS show now, but one of the reasons I want to get up to over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, there's like 3 things that you need to get monetization now, and I've got 2 of them. The only one I don't have is more than 1,000 subscribers. So please spread the word. I would appreciate it, because if I do, I almost am certain to look into a producer for the show who will basically direct, or at least a certain amount of it, or, take over some of the duties of putting out the shows. And it would be a paid position too. It wouldn't pay well. It would suck. The pay would suck, but it'd buy you a hamburger every now and then. Anyway, right there, John Pica. Check him out on Amazon from 7 Star Press. Great book. Looking forward to getting it when I go to Imaginarium in less than 3 weeks. And The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Check out that show. Christian Basil and Melanie Dean do a super job on that program. Thank you, Cindy Kep. And Joe Dog McKeel, he was responsible for the duck. It's an inside joke. Okay, it must be, because I'm getting tired of him bragging. Well, I know that he kept bugging them about it, so, which is what that one guy seems to be pretty good at. But anyway, you need some Dastardly Dingoes to brighten your day, and I recommend the Dastardly Dingoes. Fantastic show. It really is. It's what this show aspires to. And Nerd Culture, glad to see you here. As always, Cindy Kep says you should subscribe to that. I agree. You should. And Cindy Kep says from the Decimal Small Press Publisher, every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. Glad to see you here. And Six Nails, glad to see you watching us on Twitch there. And Carl Witzman, hashtag rise with the tide or drown. Well, the thing is, the tide kind of takes care of that. And I'm seeing someone who attached themselves once to this movement and wound up doing dirty by a lot of people and is kind of drowning. And I can't say I take pleasure from it. I honestly don't. But because this person had a lot of potential. But that's the thing. When you use this movement for your selfish gains, it comes back. It's a kind of negative energy, selfishness. And when you do things just for selfish reasons, I keep saying all the major religions in the world talk about what, a force that we commonly call karma. We call it the rising tide. You send out this negativity and it comes back amplified, which is why I try to be positive and try to be as helpful as I am able. But, Some days are easier than others. I recognize that, but trying to be positive pays off in so many ways. As does Neuroses. It's a great book. You will get a lot of benefit from reading it by the wonderful Amy Hale. Cindy Kep says you can get it there at Amazon. And there's my friend John Celestri. John, always a pleasure to see you, my talented friend. Good morning. All Kickstarter perks for Bloodwing Angel Chronicles have been delivered, and there is that. Are you in the store now there, John, so people can pick up your stuff? But anyway, John, congratulations on getting your fulfillment done. That's a super book. I got the ebook version because I tend to get ebooks not because of the less expense, but because I have a finite amount of space, and and also that way, if I ever get to see John in person, I can get a copy autograph. I'll buy a copy from him, reward him for being there, and get his autograph too. That would make me happy. It might not exactly throw clouds over John's day either. But John, that's a super grown up book, very adult book, and I don't mean adult in dirty. Okay, please do not think that. It is it's well researched, it's mature storytelling, wonderful art. Oh my God. And we were talking the other day about the coloring choices you made. Fantastic. Seriously, you got to get this book. Seriously, I do recommend it, John. It's good stuff. And, ooh, Carl, I like that. And Warrior stuff from Michaela Jade. Check out her Warriors trilogy, available now on Amazon, and buy her books before she gets home. She may need gasoline to get out again. And Poetry Expressions from Teresa Dunn. Check it out. Both volumes are available on Amazon right now. Thank you, Cindy. And the Historical Fencing Guild. You got to get on that. It's a great high-energy informational show. Nick Tockert is amazing, and I just can't say enough good about the guy. It's super stuff. And anyway, yes, okay, BKM, I was just trying to keep you out of her next book, Confession of a Cosplay Diva 2. If I'm not in there already, Joe, I'm not trying hard enough, You will be under the chapter of When Indecent Proposal Meets the Burning Bed. No. Now I will tell you, Kara and I get along. We are friends. We honestly are friends. And Cookie knows that we're friends. In fact, the story I told you when, in the after show for the episode of Comic Book Spectrum you were on, Cookie was standing right beside me and saw it. So, and I'm still alive. So what does that tell you? But no. She and I have a good friendship. We are great. For porn. Anyway, thank you, Legend of the Traveling Tars. Nick Tucker says, is the internet is for porn the Haywood Banks version? No, it's a regional community theater, I think it looks like. Now, I've seen this, they had a traveling stage version. OMG, you talk about a budget. Because it had like huge King Kong type stuff going on. It was great. Seriously, it's a funny show. If you, Nick, if you haven't watched it already, I seriously suggest you do, from the newsletter. And Fort Dodge Comic and Toy Show, QuadCon Fort Frenzy, and QuadCon Waterloo Comic and Toy Show on July 24th and the 25th. Now, Cindy Kep is going to be there, and for more fun and lots of cool books and amigurumi, you got to check out Cindy's stuff. And does she do great amigurumi? I'm going to get that down, Cindy, one of these days. You tell me. Huh? I bet if you sent her a down payment, hey, do you think she would do a me for someone else? Well, you'd know. Anyway, this is the result of Cindy's creativity, so check her out and get you some stuff. She's also a fantastic writer, too. I yield to no one in my admiration of her writing craft. She's incredible. Check out her new novel, Animal Eye, and when it's available, check out Animal Eye, the comic, #1. And she says also on Facebook, Sarnard76 for vintage cartooniness. And, we had another comment dump, but I reacted just in time. Sarah, mwah! I see you there. I'm getting to you, darling. Hold on, darling. I'm on my way. I was about to say I'm coming, but that's for the Comic Book Spectrum. Anyway, from the Dazzle Small Press Publisher, I know you will find a way to get on the show and jump into her lap and say, no, like I say, I'm more likely to throw myself across her lap and say, punish me. I've been bad. Very bad. Anyway, the Indie Author Book Expo will be doing its thing the weekend of July 10th and through the 11th. at the Valley West Mall, where I'll have plenty of books and crocheted critters. Yeah, and that's a beautiful, beautiful mall. Now I haven't been back there since the time I met Cindy at that show too. That's one of Jen Thompson's babies. And if you want to go to a wonderful mall show, I always do well at mall shows. I've only had a couple where I didn't. But I will do almost anything with Jen Thompson that would probably get me blocked from the desk of a small press publisher. Anyway, but no, I love Jen. Jen and I have a thing going. We love each other because she's so wonderful. She is. Check out our old episode of Clever Tile Penning. We gotta have her back on. But anyway, check out the West Valley Mall too in West Des Moines, Iowa, on July 10th and the 11th. So if you can't get to the Imaginarium in Louisville, Kentucky, definitely check this out. And I think Jen may still have some tables available, so you want to get in on that. And Old School Gamers is going to be running a con at Merle Hay Mall in Des Moines on July 17th. And Cindy will be there too. Oh my God, that's so cool. I got to see about my travel schedule. I may have to pop on over to Iowa. And your hat has acquired a new button. Yes, it has. It has. I realized I had this and I'm like, why am I not wearing it? Plasma Fire Graphics. All right. Least I can do. Least I can do. And also, I have the Cordy family button there because I love everyone there, and I thought I need to wear Jeffrey's button too. So anyway, hate to see you go, but love to watch you leave. Yeah, that's the one, Nick. Because I know she'll be back. Wait, what else were you thinking, people? Good gosh, you sexist beasts, you. Anyway, Cindy Cap, how can I be out of break so soon? Well, don't forget to tip your host and bring Cookie home. Thank you, Cindy. We got to bring you home, too, you know. We got to bring everyone on the tide home. You know what I'm saying? And Comics Talk with Pasta and Zan on YouTube says, tornado window waiting to see if it gets violent enough to hustle the family into the Harry Potter closet. We would just go down to the comic book room and probably wouldn't even know the alert was over. But yeah, I'm very proud of myself. I have a rather large comic book collection. It's about maybe a third of what it used to be, deliberately, because I can get so much of it on reprint now or online. I don't worry about a lot of things now. A lot of having like a complete set of, like, say, Fantastic Four, which at one point I had. But I'm keeping special books to me, like all my autograph stuff, for instance, or I think I need like 8 issues of the Knights of the Dinner Table comic to complete my collection. Just things like that. Or if I find an old Superman, Superboy, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen action that I haven't gotten before now that I want it, that stuff's valuable to me. But having said that, I've trimmed my comic collection, which is why I'm not getting a whole lot of physical copies these days. I like watching them on my computer or my iPad. So yeah, we've got plenty of room downstairs. I probably better put some food and water down there, but we've got a toilet down there too. So that's handy. So Pops, seriously, brother, stay safe. You listen to the warnings. You do what you got to do to keep you and the family safe. All right. We will worry about you. Oh, I've seen Avenue Q, says Skunk Rocker. And yeah, Shrekky Monster is the best part of the show. He is. And the funny thing is, he probably, of the named characters, he probably has the least to do, which is not why I do the show. But he comes on and yeah, he's the show stealer. He really is. Gary Coleman's right behind him. I love Avenue Q. That is one's play I've heard. I've got the soundtrack. I want to see title of show. In fact, I should go on YouTube to see if anyone's posted it. But title of show is got some super music, and it's a play about 2 playwrights writing a play about 2 playwrights writing a play. And it's a 4-man show plus pianist, and the closing song is superb. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's something like, I would rather be 8 people's favorite, in this case, actor. I'd rather be 8 people's favorite actor than 800 people's 8th favorite actor. So anyway, Pops Fan says not going to wake him up for a dud. No, definitely. No, you don't want to scare him like that, but stay safe, brother. Seriously, stay safe. And time is always perfect for porn, says Red Publishing. That's true. This may be our This may be our new phrase now. Thank God it maybe will eradicate dino porn with any luck. And I believe that says that it can't go. I think it's one thing we can agree with. And that's what the song is about. And great show this morning, says Bill Sarton for porn. But I got to get going for porn. Starting a new commission today for porn. Everyone have a great day for porn. Via con dias amigos for porn. Thank you, Bill Sarton, for being here and putting up with our falderall. Love you, man. You have a great day. And I love you, Anna Maria Salvaggio. How are you, darling? Remelian. Hey, hun, morning. Love to you and Cookie this morning. How's everyone? We are fine. How the heck are you doing? It's good to see you. I saw you were on Stupid O'Clock the other night. I've got to watch the rest of that. They were puzzling over your name. But anyway, I couldn't get on. I was about half wiped out from a long day. But anyway, Anne Maria, as always, check her out. Also, check out her Patreon page. She's got a lot of stuff going on. Well, Livermore there, labs there go. Underground 2 miles inspires my belief. There we go. See? It is real. And Philip Thompson says, I want to be both a cartoonist and artist, and we'll do that with social media first on Facebook. Change covers so they watch cover and group and page. That's the way to do. Show some variety, my man. You got it. You're nailing it right there. Fresh material is the best thing you can do to promote yourself. That's why, like my broadcasting, one of the reasons we're growing is we got fresh content 5 days a week, if not more. And I show up on other shows. So if you can't get enough of me, or if you aren't sick of me yet, by God, we're working on it. And T-minus 29 minutes until time to feed Cookie. Yep, we're getting there, but it's shrunk now. And it is that time. Feed Cookie or die. Thank you, Joe Dog McKeel. You're right. And holler if you want help with your mom's book, cover art, etc. Not taking clients anymore, but I do it for you. I'd do it for you too, Anna Maria. But anyway, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I got to find it, actually. Again, it's in a box downstairs. And we've lived here for about 5 years, and I still haven't unpacked everything. We're just now getting around putting shelving up. But thank you, Anna Maria. I will take you up on that offer. Thank you, darling. Love you, hon. Love to you and the family. Molly Dan says, Joe Dog McKeel, thank you. Now, Blondie has replaced the depressing Phil Collins earworm. There we go. This is another public service, and met Joe Dog in chat the other night. Yeah, that looked like a cool show. Like I said, I was on my way to bed though. Otherwise I'd have probably been on there too. So, but Sarah is here. Mwah, we're on her. The government was scheduled to call me 2 hours ago. I figure I have time to watch your show while waiting. Love you too, sweetheart. So glad to see you back with us. I really am. I need to write you sometime. I really do. And Brian Robbins says, folks, if you want some amazing pulpy fun, grab your copy of the award-winning Pulp Reality #1 and the soon-to-be award-winning Pulp Reality #2 by, half the Nevermorians. There's reason enough to go get your copy. Seriously, it's true. If you want to support the Nevermorians, Charles F. Millhouse is one of us through Stormgate Press. You get these through Amazon. And just some of the people associated with us are Bobby Nash, Clayton Merwin, Clyde Hall, Ted Davies, me, Stephen Burks, Damian Aviles, Kelly Lynn Austin, Candace Comaleri, and Rick Bradley, go figure. And let's see who else. And these are people who have shown up on the show or made comments. Let's see who else. Jeffrey Ray Hayes has a piece in here. And who else have I not mentioned yet? Ted Davies and Amy Hale. And Scott Donnelly's been around. Rob Davis has popped in on us. And I'll give some love to Ron Fortier because I love his stuff. And all kinds of cool people. These books are available for about $10 a piece, I believe, on Amazon. Get your copies today and bring them to a show, and we will happily autograph those things. There's plenty of room. And here we go. All Nevermorians, get on board after Nevermind the Furthermore to YouTube, The Legend of Traveling TARDIS, and start watching episodes because tomorrow at 6 p.m., you become the interviewer. You get to interview the Team TARDIS and ask anything within reason. Really? Yes. Remember all the times Christian has embarrassed you on here. How many times has he tried to embarrass me and it hasn't worked? Anyway, go after the Nevermind the Furthermore. Thank you to YouTube, The Legend of Traveling TARDIS, and start watching episodes. Also, please subscribe to that channel too. It's all seriousness aside. It's a great, great channel. And Christian and Melanie Dean do a superb job on that show thanks to the Hanging with Web Show Network and all the people that support them. And Philip Thompson has a link to his Amazon page. Please check it out. I like it if you order my comic book on Amazon. Give me a review on Amazon as well as tell everyone you know so folks will want to buy it, and they will. And Anna Maria Salvaggio says, I've used OBS for years and StreamYard Labs OBS for Twitch. There we go. Hey, and I've started activating my Twitch channel too, Anna Maria. So Anyway, and moi to the Dark Mistress from Christian Basil and funny. We try to be funny on this show. Fail miserably half the time, but we try. Amaris Salvaggio, a lot of the heavy hitters have left YouTube and have gone to Twitch. Yeah, that's true. Twitch, I believe, has started offering some exclusives to these guys. The real pay people. But a lot of them are the gamers. And I've been tempted sometimes to get a channel going on Twitch where it's very bad gaming. And because I played and I wasn't bad, but I wasn't great either. I did go through the legendary level of Halo with my wife. We had a good team thing going where she would go up and shoot the people up close, and then I would be the sniper and take out the people that were trying to take her out with their sniper rifles. And I will tell you, the final movie, when you go through the legendary level, do you know they use some hurtful language in that? It's true. And my altar boy from Sarah. And Brian Robbins says, Brian, I'm so glad you decided to stick it out with broadcasting. In retrospect, I am too. How many of you would I have not met if I had given up that day? Your presence here is so valuable and loved. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So many folks have the same story I do. Last year, this program saved my sanity, and it continues to do so. Thank you for all you do. Well, thank you, Brian. You're part of this too. Everyone here that's in the list here, in the comments, you all are a part of this movement. And I'm not saying it's because of me. I never wanted to be because of me. But we are all benefiting from it. And if something were to happen to me, I expect you people to carry it on. I really do. Because we got something going here. Like me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. And I'm proud of what you guys do too. I never met you, Brian. Or, Anna Maria or Jake Lindsay, who's up next. All of you guys, you all contribute to this. So it's not just me, but I'm glad we have a focal point that we can do this. And Christian Illusionist Jake Lindsay says, hi, Brian. Hi, Jake. I got a new trick I'm debuting at some point. It's where I turn a blue silk into a black and orange silk for my Halloween show. Very cool. Very cool. And from the National Small Press Publisher says, I didn't see Cindy coming. Hi, Cindy. And Christian Basil says, hardest part of having our podcast, they are our babies. We put out our heart and souls every minute of every episode. With every episode, my skin gets thicker and my backbone strengthens more. Don't let it get you down. You'll rise above. We're rising tide. I learned that day, and things have gone, we've had some up days, some downs. There are some days I can't work this to save my life. I keep telling people that it's like, some days I feel like somebody, when I'm running a show and it's like somebody just said, Brian, sit down in that chair. There's your monitor. There's the mouse. You're on in 3, 2, 1. So, I'm glad I didn't give up. And, we've had some points where this has been very challenging for a number of reasons, but it's been so very worth it. And that's why, like I said, when we cross the 1,000 subscriber line, I want to get 2,000 just to make sure this show will become more of a showcase for you guys too. So when you put, look at it this way, folks, share the show, because the more it grows, when you put a link down, you're going to, like right now we're at 5, I think it's like 517 or something like that on our subscriptions. Can you imagine when we pass 1,000? You know what that means? It's a numbers game, people. Your views go up too. Okay. So be selfish, promote the show. Seriously. We want, and also the show will also then start to, pay for itself in more ways, which means we can then increase the scope of what we can do. And I do have some concrete plans that once we get monetization and, there will be points where, yes, we will bring people on to help me do things that are a distraction so that we can concentrate on the things we're best at. And we want to do more to open this up to other broadcasters too. So anyway, runs under the covers with the Dark Mistress and finds nothing but a mannequin made of newspapers and, bed sheets. But anyway, Anna Maria Salvaggio, Imaginarium, woohoo! Looking forward to it on 3 panels, modding 2, and teaching a book promotion workshop. Build out your book, make your promotion uniquely yours by utilizing alternative materials. That's a brilliant idea. I think that's one I want to sign up for. I'm down for 5 of them. I had to tell, it's I don't know why, but I'm down for 5 panels. Thank God I've got someone with me this time. And I've got 3 live, 2 virtual. And it's all on Saturday and Sunday. So come see me at the rare times I'll be at the booth. But anyway, you can get Cookie's autograph and ready for it. Oh, hugs and kisses. Oh, yeah. And amen, Anna Maria. And do you think those illusion videos I sent are good enough for my shows? Yeah, I do. I really do. You have a winning way about you. You dress nice. And you show confidence in your illusions. That is important, sir. So yeah, and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. In fact, make sure you post those things and let people see what you do. And Brian, I'm at where is issue number 2 when it comes to Bloodwing Angel. Okay, I'm at where is issue number 2 when it comes to Bloodwing Angel. I'm kind of right there with you, dude. That was a great book, and I do promise to be aboard the next one. And Imaginarium Nevermorian dinner, I'm requesting it now. Dude, it's a done deal as far as I'm concerned. We got to figure out where to go. And if we want to have people now, Brian and I are committed to dinner together. At least one. Let's put it that way, Brian. At least one. Maybe the food truck outside on Friday night, but no, we could. Molly will be there. You haven't met Molly yet in person. Well, you haven't met me in person yet either. This could change your life, not in a good way. But also, Kathy and Matthew Jackson will be there. You'll love them. You'll love Molly. You'll love Cookie. The only person you may not be real fond of by the end of the weekend may be me. So anyway, but no, yeah, we got to do something. We got to set something up. We really do. You're right, Brian. We got to get on this. Let's scope out and see what's in the neighborhood, so maybe within walking distance. And Maria Salvaggio says, ooh, I might drive out for that. Doing virtual side this year, but that would be hard to pass up. Darling, you have an invite, period. You and the fam. You know what I'm saying? We'd love to have you here. And comment dump number 3. There we go. Here we go. And almost caught up, actually. Doing good. And from the Small Press Publishers mocking me with his laughter. I heard that, Joe. I like messing with you over your friendship with Cara because it's a strong one. Besides, we all get laughs from it. We do. Yeah, and seriously, she is a wonderful lady. I yield to no one in my admiration of her. And I'll tell you why. And it's not just the fact that she's supermodel gorgeous, okay? But she has a clear battle plan for her business. She's intelligent. OMG. If people, I see her at shows and I see people come up that clearly don't understand how smart she is. And I find that beguiling. I really do. Cookie's easy on the eyes too, but it's up here that she, that's where she won me over. Because I will admit that in my single days, I had the wrong reasons for dating, let's say. And I dated some women that their heads didn't cast a shadow. It's all vaporware. But yeah, Kara's great. I like I said, I admire her greatly. And, and she's also a good example, like, I like to think Cookie and I are, when you get somebody that's in lockstep with you, both creatively and business-wise, that there's nothing stopping them. Seriously, I love seeing them, ascend. They are terrific people, and their hearts are in the right places, too. And Facebook user, good morning. Good morning to you. Mwah! Hope you're having a great morning so far. And Joe Dog says, as he types, this is 11:35. I must bid adieu early. See you all tomorrow night with that super fantastic guest on Clever Tile Betting. And Wednesday morning on the next installment of Nevermind the Furthermore. Joe Dog McKeel, thank you for being here, brother. Hope you have a fantastic day. Bye, Joe Dog from Carl Wisman. And yeah, you know what I'm going to say. Go ahead and say it, too. Don't die, feed Cookie. And stay tuned for more information about that show. Been working out the details in my head while driving. Well, cool. Skunk, you got some volunteers. Keep us posted, my friend. And you do well on mall shows while standing on the one tile about 6 of us. Yeah, that's true. That's one of my favorite memories too, Sarah. It really is. Chasing the elusive Wi-Fi signal. It was a great time. It really was. And bring Cindy home. Oh, so many naughty jokes. And Carl's head explodes. Yes. Oh, that'd be fun. And Sarah says 6 of us on one tile just to get kicked off of it from the people who had a table there. That's true. Well, it was their fault for putting their table in the wrong place. And Christian Basil sounds kinky. Oh, yeah. Why do you think Sarah and I know each other so well? And the Skycracker says the internet is really great for dino porn. Sorry, not sorry. I opened the door. I let you in. I should have known. And Mick Tucker, leave it to a furry to support the scales. Easy, sleazy, beautiful, clever girl. There we go for porn. And porn reality number one. What? And Anna Maria Salvaggio says, we have been here 5 years as well, and I have boxes I still haven't packed as well, so don't feel bad. We are revamping the whole apartment. I've got a house. What I don't have is enough shelving. And I started to put some shelving in last week and found that my ceiling in the basement is just like this much shorter than what I need. So I either have to get the hacksaw off and saw the bottoms off of the supports, which is probably what I'm going to do, or buy different size ones, which I'm not really, because I've got the equipment. I've got the equipment, shut up, Christian, that I brought over from Illinois. So I've got all the supports and everything. I may need to get some more planks, some more shelving itself, but I may just go down there with the hacksaw and say to hell with it and never mind the pornomore. Okay. But of course, why else is Sarah? And check out Pulp Reality might submit for issue 3 if that's the thing. Anna Maria, I think issue 3 may be full right now, but contact Charles F. Millhouse or stormgatepress.com because he'll be needing something for issue 4. And I'm probably not going to be in issue 3 myself. I'm in the first 2 issues. But I'm going to give everyone a break, but I am working on something for number 4. And Brian said, we are great for porn, and Christian died. And obviously not. Porn of mine, the furthermore. Porn of mine is right, says Brian about Christian. And thanks for all you do, Brian. Thank you, Ted, for your part of being the part of the community. Thanks again, bro. Much success, everyone. Make the day great for someone. Hey, you make a great day for you and Chrissy as well. Check out TED Talks tomorrow morning with some great creatives. TED Talks timepieces on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then the breakaway hit of the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network on Friday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern, Drinking with the Davies, where Christine Davies and her cohort Ted and spouse will be making some great drinks, adult beverages, that you can learn a lot about mixology from that show, not just how to make the mixes, the various potions she creates, but also the history behind them, which I love. I love hearing the history. Learn a lot every week. And Brian Robbins says, well, it's about that time, my friend. Don't die, feed cookie. Remember, folks, only 4 days left for the Nebulizer Kickstarter. Don't sleep on this. Seriously, do not get your stuff on the nebulizer. This looks like a great project. I am so looking forward to it. The art's beautiful. The story looks like fun, and great thank you gifts, including the nebulizer wool cap. And ever seen Jumanji? I've not seen the new one. I've only seen the original with Robin Williams, and I loved it. But I do have the others. I just haven't watched them yet. I'm so far behind. Have a great day, my friend. Hashtag bring cookie home. Hashtag laugh like the shadow. Brian Robin, thank you, brother. Thank you, and I hope you have a blessed and healthy day, my friend.
Who knows how far onto Kara's lap I will crawl? Jody McPhee knows.
There. And Anna Maria Salvaggio, woohoo, welcome to Twitch. I can walk you through setting up Twitch. I stream art twice a week, one game stream with the family, and wrote a novella on one stream that I may bring back. Do that thing, girl. Yeah, I may be calling on you. I know I'm not using Twitch to its fullest. I need to learn more about it, but it's been a busy week. And Sarah, what I'm writing is unintentionally a lot like real life Jumanji. Yeah, I can see that too. But I hope you haven't stopped writing about BV, if you know what I mean. And Twitch has a lot of ways to interact with and make interactive for your followers. You'll want to use Twitter and set up a Discord community as well if you plan to use it heavily. The only thing I use would use Twitter for now is broadcasting, and I'm waiting for something to happen in StreamYard that's going to, as it is, I think whatever connects StreamYard, and Joe Dog, I wish you were here to explain it better, but whatever connects StreamYard to Twitter is going away, and they're going to create then, it sounds like, a direct link to Twitter. And so we'll get this show on Twitter. And Anna Maria Salvaggio, we love you, Brian. Your presence here anywhere is invaluable. Anna Maria, I love you right back, sweetheart. You and your family. And I hope you're having a great day so far, and it's only going to get better, especially now the temperature may be going down. unlike Batman. Anyway, Molly Daniel says, hope all the dads in this group had a wonderful day yesterday. Agreed. My son enjoyed his first Father's Day, and Miss Bell is now 1 month old. That is beautiful. That is so beautiful, Molly. Thank you for that. And how can I do a live together with you so we can promote each other? Philip Thompson, we can talk about that sometime. What we could, what would be probably more effective is if you did a live show, you set up the live show, preferably through something like StreamYard. I could come in and bring my audience to you. Okay, I think that would help you more. Twitch monetization is practically instant with bits, stickers, subs. Love the possibilities. Yeah, I know that there is something with Amazon Prime, I believe, where somebody can subscribe to you and you get like a couple dollars a month from it. That's not my prime reason for being there. It's to extend the reach of my kingdom. Anyway, Christian Illusion, Jake Lindsay, like my hands didn't fully develop, so it's really hard using my hands for some slides because of how stiff they are. That's one of the, I have a similar problem with playing guitar. I'm just not as agile with it. But the more you work at Christian, or not Christian, well, Christian Illusion, because right after this is Christian Basil, but no, it'll come in time. The more you use your hands, the muscle memory will develop and you will become more adept at what you do. And end of show, the Dark Mistress goes away again. Pout. Well, I know where to find her. Anyway, Molly Daniels, Imaginarium. Never mind the Furthermore dinner. Count me in. Okay, we got another guest there. Yeah, seriously, let's make this happen. Let's do this, Brian. And the Ninja Gecko, I did this show like a fat kid. I did this show like a fat kid loves cake. We love you too, the Ninja. Seriously, we love your contributions. We're glad you're here, man. We're glad you're making this a habit because we love seeing your face here or your avatar or whatever you got going. Anyway, I try. You know what I'm saying. It's time to feed Brian too, and I'm absorbing the awesomeness. Oh, let it soak in, darling. If you need help rubbing it in, call me. I know where you live. And I dig this show. We dig you too, the Ninja. Thank you for being here. And Pop Van Zandt says, time to feed the munchkin. Only have one here today. Hashtag don't die. Feed Cookie, don't die. I promise. She's next. She's next. And from the Nestle Small Press Publisher, Kara thinks of things I would take for granted when it comes to branding and business. Yeah, so, see? She says some things today and you would think twice about it tomorrow. Just that good. Yeah, apparently I do. I do that with some people too, and it's more along the lines, how does he get away with that sort of thing? Why hasn't he been canceled yet? Yeah, but I love how forthright she is too. She grows F's, if you know what I mean, but her field is fallow. She has none to give. She shoots from the hip. I love that. I think that's great. And looking forward to having her back on the 3rd and seeing you do a Houdini to get on the show. But for now, it's time. It's time to feed Cookie. You know it is, brother. Thank you for being here. And we all know Brian enjoys his cookie. That's right, because I enjoy my cookie in ways that Bruce Wayne will never know with Selena Kyle. But anyway, that's enough of that. Watch Thursday's Comic Book Spectrum for more disinformation. And everyone take care and stay creative. Rad Publishing, thank you for being here, man. Hope you have a great day. You too, Carl Whitson. Goodbye to you. And message Charles about Pulp Reality blamed you. As well you should. You will get a lot of sympathy for blaming me on that. But no, seriously, I might have a couple other people you might be able to hit up for some stuff. I'll try to keep you apprised of any sort of freelance opportunities I see. And stick around after for the flirting. Yeah, you know it. Christian Basil, I'm not going anywhere until the government freaking calls me. They set the appointment in my bedroom is now a waiting room. Shut up, Christian. Just shut up and keep it to yourself, because my mind's going there too. And Sarah, you left the barn door wide open for Brian on that one. I'm about to explode too. And Pop Sox says, madness for life, rising tide for life. You got it, brother. Hand in hand, right? Helping each other rise. That's the way Comics Talk works. Check out CromCon this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. You'll be glad you did. A lot of great creatives on there. And thanks. I really do appreciate it. When I was little, I didn't stop crawling till I was 6 because my hands, but no matter what, I'll do my absolute best. Jake Lindsay, and that's the stuff that comes through, man. That's the stuff your audience appreciates. So don't stop, and don't stop believing you can rise too. And dinner has to happen Friday due to Imagine Banquet on Saturday. Oh, that's right. I'm not going to the Imagine. We'll have to see about that, because that's going to be a late night. And Cookie, I may have to sling her over my shoulder. We may have to grab something real fast. Excuse me. Pardon me. That's what the mute button's for. And lift as you climb. Exactly. and push while you pull. And Sarah, I had a threesome on my patio with Brian and Cookie. Be jealous, all. That's true. And Christian, you'll be glad to know that everything was going really smoothly until the swing broke. Okay, Sarah, I can hear you laughing now. Anyway, darling, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad all of you are here, and I thank each and every one of you for being with me today. So let's make this official. All gone. Well, the coffee goes, so does Brian. Anyway, I'm still reliving this. Anyway, no, but folks, thank you for watching this morning. Thank you for great interaction. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you all. And now we got a litany of things to go through as usual. Want to thank, of course, Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you, if you want quality creation, quality graphics at independent creator prices, here's the guy you should pick. All right, plasmafiregraphics.com, Plasma Fire Graphics on Facebook. Check them out. And thank you to Jeffrey Hayes for your ongoing sponsorship of this show. Molly Daniels says Imaginarium, her book Bridges is up for Best Anthology, and no Neil Gaiman in the category this year. So we're hopeful. That's one thing I don't appreciate about those awards is the fact that it looks like people who are not part of the convention can get in there. And it's a shame because I love Neil Gaiman, because that's how he pronounces it. And there's been a couple other people who are not at the show and probably have never been to the show and have no intention of being at the show, but they put in because it's an award. And I think it should be for people in the Imaginarium. And anyway, swingers, maybe not. And yes, that swing. Oh yeah. And Anna Maria Salvaggio. And Sarah, I can't resist. I will say that, that is so memorable for me. I will never forget that moment when I was going down. Anyway, Anna Maria Salvaggio, love you whole bunches, Brian. Love you too, Anna Maria. Mwah, I hope you know that. We'll drop you a DM in a bit. Let's catch up. Love to Cookie. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making this magic, girl. You have a great day. We will talk later on. And Sarah, let Christian Basil guess if it was a sex swing or not. By the way, concrete isn't forgiving. Oh, I don't know. I think it was pretty grateful after we were done. Anyway, Anna Maria Salvaggio, stay safe, stay well. Big love to all. Hugs. Have a fabulous day. You too, sweetheart. Love you, hon. Glad you're here. And of course it was a sex swang. Yeah. And Sarah, I remember you going down in slow motion. Well, when when it's something really special, you want to take your time. And Bruce Wayne is still jealous of me. Anyway, folks, thank you all for being here. Thank you to Plasma Fire Graphics for your ongoing sponsorship of the show. Thank you to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network for powering the show. And talk about power. We got new shows coming up from Keisha Acuff and the brand new, let me find my notes here. Oh, I'm terrible. The Truthmongers coming Wednesday nights to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. If you're into conspiracy theories, we've got Ted Davies and Glenn B. Fleming talking thoughtfully about those. And I'm really looking forward to that show myself. Also, don't forget tomorrow night on Clever Tile Pending, we've got John L. Davis IV, a great writer, a horror writer out of the St. Louis of the Midwest area. And I think you should bring your questions because he'll have a different perspective on publishing and on writing horror that I think you'll all appreciate. And he's a fun guy. You will dig it. And purr. Oh, yeah. Making Sarah purr. That's what it's about, Christian. Anyway, please check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And please like our page on Facebook because we post a lot of stuff there. You will be glad you did. And also, talking about Jeffrey Hayes, my brand new book, Snow Ambition. Right here. Anyway, it's a brand new quick read crime thriller by myself. 4th in the Snow Shorts series. Number 5 is out soon. And Jeffrey Hayes did this beautiful cover. So check out Plasma Fire Graphics. Check out benbooks.com, bobbynash.com. And Snow Ambition is available for 99 cents right now on Amazon. Speaking of available, I'm always available to my Patreon subscribers. Check out these people here, many of whom have their own Patreon pages, and you can support them for a modest monthly subscription, but you get stuff for it. You get mentions in broadcasts, for instance, or looks at works in progress before anyone else gets to see them. So check out our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And I definitely appreciate everyone's support. And folks, don't forget, if you would please, if you're watching us on Facebook, please like this broadcast if you've enjoyed any part of it, or give us some love. We love that. We love you right back for doing it. And also, if you also please like the page you're watching this on. So if you're on Kathy Jackson's books, or the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network page, or the Rising Tide Publications page, give the page a like and help them grow too. All right. And if you're watching us on Facebook or on YouTube, rather, please, if you've enjoyed any part of the show, give us a thumbs up and please subscribe. It helps us with the algorithms, and you can ring the bell so you'll be notified of all future broadcasts on this network, or on this page, rather. Okay. So anyway, we've run through all the stuff there, and again, thank you to PlasmaFireGraphics.com for their sponsorship of the show. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. And we're going to run a few ads after the show from people we appreciate, and we hope you appreciate what you saw here. Check us out tomorrow night on Clever Tile Pending at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, when we have John L. Davis IV on, talking about his writing and publishing and all kinds of cool stuff. And shows, because we did, my first show of this year was in Hannibal, Missouri. He was there too. We'll talk about that. Anyway, bring your questions too. It's a great learning opportunity for you all. And me too. I get stuff too. And also, don't forget, we'll be back Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central with another Nevermind the Furthermore. Help you start your work day week. And it'll be the hump day, the day of humps, as well as New Comic Book Day. So it's a day to look forward to. Hope you look forward to the rest of your day. Hope you have a great, great Monday. And if you can, make it an even better Monday for someone else. You'll feel the benefits, I promise. And so everyone, and we got one more comment. Let's see, is it worthy putting up on the air? And yes, it's from Sarah. And the ending of the show is a happy ending. Satisfaction. And Sarah and I are all about the happy ending. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate you. And let's get it off here. Anyway, no, seriously, thank you, Sarah, for being here. It makes me happy to see you back. Anyway, and your front. Anyway, folks, thank you for putting up with us for the last couple hours plus. And we're going to go feed Cookie, and we hope you get something good to eat too. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow night on Clever Tile Pending, as well as Wednesday on Nevermind the Furthermore. And as always, folks, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you Wednesday morning on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Author Cindy Kepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kepp at CKOEPP.com today.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.